Hey Sabrina, I'm so glad to have you on here. I have so many questions because I really want to hear your honest feedback on the coaching program and how it's been for you so far. So I guess first of all, start with when did you join the coaching program?
So I joined the coaching program either at the end of November or the beginning of December. I think it was the end of November. Um, and it happened quick. I filled out the survey. I was scheduled for the call, and then we met the following Sunday.
Good, good, good. So tell me, like, how was your business going before you started? Like, how are you doing things on social media? And just give me the rundown.
So my business was okay. I had a couple, good consecutive months. I was on a team and then I left the team. And then I was trying to figure out how to fit my business into people's lives is according to like what I felt like my mission was personally as a realtor. And then how can I use social media to do that? And what I was currently doing was mostly just posts, not consistently, not anything specific, just whatever popped up that day. And I just wasn't really providing enough value for it to really catch on as far as social media. But, November, December, pipelines were drying out, and just not a lot of business coming my way other than rentals, right? People aren't really wanting to buy. So, it was just a kind of a transition time for me because I was considering even, getting a job part-time or like how much of this do you really want to do? Like you want to help people, but it seems like it's not successful.
Gotcha, gotcha. So I guess like, okay. So tell me like, since you were trying to post on social media, what do you feel like was your biggest frustration with social media in general? And why do you feel like it wasn't working?
So I guess I know a part of it is me, right? Like I'll take ownership on not being consistent. Like maybe once a week and then the next week I post 10 times and people, when you want something, you consistently go to that place to get it. And if it doesn't have it, you stop going there. And a part of that is on me. But the other part of it is just not understanding how to impact people's lives on social media. Because for me, social media is just checking in with my family and friends. So how do you use it for business and not understanding it and trying to use some of the tools that are out there and some of the information that's available and then not seeing any success with it?
I love that. So how do you feel like the coaching program helped you with that?
So my business did a 180. So, I mean, I've told, other people in our private group, but even knowing that we were meeting, like I felt some type of conviction, like, oh gosh, she's she's gonna see what's really going on in my business. I can't make up old posts. And I was like, so I'll just post something today. And from that post on TikTok, a lady reached out to me and she said, ma'am, I am pre-approved and the realtor I was working with does not want to meet with me. And she's like, he is just not ever available. And he told me he has another job. Can you show me these houses? I want a house. I was like, yes. So especially with, my pipeline drying up and just finishing off 2 rentals, I didn't have any buyers in my pipeline, not immediate buyers, people who are 6 months down the line, yes, but nobody immediate. And she was serious. We went on 2 showing appointments. She chose a house. We were under contract. We closed the same month. Like, I could not have imagined that would have happened so quickly. And then getting into the program, when we met, I was hesitant about joining before we spoke because I wanted a program that just doesn't show me what to post because I feel like I can find something online for $30 and download that and just make those posts. But I wanted to learn how to incorporate that into a business and how to make those posts meaningful so that I can feel like I'm serving my purpose, which I like to focus on, minorities and first time home ownership. And it's not a profitable business if you just look at first time home buyers. It's the smallest amount that's pre-approved. It's, working with them on credit and credit history and credit reports and all of that stuff before you actually get to a point where you can purchase a home. So it's a lot more work than it would be for me to focus on a different group. But that's what I'm passionate about, because that's what's impacted me personally. And I wanted that. And the first time we met, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. I'm ready. I'm ready. And so even from the first week, just the push and the motivation that you give, and you told me about the ebook, and I started looking into that, and I saw some good ones, and I was like, well, really, I wanted to kind of write a book or make a planner to help first-time homebuyers. And after our second week of meeting, I was like, I'm going to do it. And in 3.5 days, I wrote a book. I made a planner for first-time homebuyers, and I've been sharing it with my group. Like, just business just completely took off.
Oh my God. Like, oh my God. So I guess the main question is like, when did you realize this was working in your business?
It was just immediate. My first post I made showing my face, right? Like I told you, I'm not afraid to be on camera. I just don't really know what to say and how that's going to provide value other than me just, showing a home or putting information on video. And the first time that I provided, valuable information with my face on video, the comments from strangers are, thank you so much. I didn't know that. That's so helpful. Thanks, girl. Can you be my real estate coach? Like all these things. I'm like, this is one post. This is a single post. And it's been so helpful. And I posted 99 other times. And it just wasn't impactful enough. And I think it's because when, like you said, a lot of times is when you're on video, it's true, right? Like I can see you, I can look at your personality, I can see how if this person can truly relate to me. And if I'm just posting words or pre-purchase posts, because you can, and I'm scheduling those out, they have no feeling, they have no emotion, and they're not impactful at all. My first face and voice video, having people respond was just like, well, all this time. Helpful.
Oh my God. Do you know your numbers? Like how many times have your videos been viewed?
So I looked, I think on Monday or Sunday, and I was at 775,000 for my Sabrina Sells DFW tag. And I wasn't even using it at first. So
700,000 people have seen Sabrina.
Yes.
That in itself is just yes.
Yes. And starting with, I think when you and I first met, I think I was at like 65 followers on TikTok, and I'm just showing home tours, and people like those, like they're enjoyable. I love them. I watch other people's home tours, but providing value is shifted into 2,800 followers and over 50,000, likes, and 775,000 people who've seen Sabrina Sells DFW. I couldn't have imagined that. Not in 30 days, no.
Like in just 30 days, like I can't even process that. That's just so amazing. And like just all the client outreach that you're getting. I know you have a lot of clients in the pipeline now where you didn't even know where you were going after, before you started, right?
Absolutely. So I had that first deal open and close, and then I had another lady get pre-approved, and she just honestly wants more money. So we're working together to get her credit score and credit report correct. And she's ready. She still reaches out to me like every other day, even though we're maybe 4 or 5 months down the line. She's still like, just so you know, I made an extra payment on this today. Like, it's really getting to see that impact with the clients and seeing, oh, I told my friend about you. I told my mom about you. And even there's a lady, her daughter saw my TikTok and told her mom, hey, this lady can help you. And she was like, hey, I don't know who you are. My daughter saw your TikTok. I still haven't seen it, but she is for sure that you can help me. And I'm like,
that's crazy. Like,
yes.
It's just amazing how really social media impacts your real estate business, because people think that social media is just for games and for play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People are on there and they want to work with people. And if
Yes.
they relate to you,
Yes.
that's all you need.
Oh,
Congrats.
yes.
Like, oh my goodness. So, okay. So how did you hear about the coaching program?
I saw it on Instagram and I saw it and it caught my attention and I was just watching the ad and I was like, "Mm," right. And I kept scrolling. But I had already seen you before. Surprisingly, I had seen you before.
Okay.
So I guess because I spent enough time watching the full ad, it showed it to me again. And I was like, okay, Instagram. This time I was like, well, let me just try to get some more information. And it was the best thing I ever did. I did on a whim, and I've done other coaching programs. And so not as big as this one, nothing 12 weeks, maybe, a single day or 3 days, something where you go to a convention center. And I feel like I left with ideas, but no actionable steps. And from our first meeting, I got off the phone with you and I was like, I got 16 things I got to do. I got to change this. I got to do that. Like, it's actually impactful things to your business. And even like, I had my aunt reach out to me and say, hey, I saw you change your bio. And I was like,
Right? Who cares about that, right? But they really do.
yes,
They really,
yes.
I know, I know. I'm so excited for you. That's amazing. So I guess what do you feel like made you pull the trigger and like say, yes, I'm going into the coaching program?
Because I felt that peace about it when I spoke with you. And it was very real and it was very genuine. And you know when someone's trying to sell you something, right? And you also know the difference between that and someone who wants to help you.
Yes.
And when I approached another sales program at the end of last year as well. And whenever I was like, okay, I'm positive, and they were being positive with me. And then when I said, well, I just like to think about it. And his response was, if you have to think about it, you're not ready to make this decision. I'm looking for people who are ready to make a decision now, who are ready to. And I was like, hold on, hold on, hold on. If someone is not ready for something, like buying a house, you cannot force them to do something that they're not ready to do. And just
Yes.
that end sentence just turned me off. I was like, all right, well, I got a showing to go to. So thank you for your time. I got to go. And I just hung up and I was like, ugh. Like I left with a bad taste in my mouth. But when we spoke, I knew what I wanted for my business. I knew what I had asked God for. And when we were speaking, it was just confirmation all the way through. So I
That's,
was like, this is it. This is
that's
it.
amazing. That's amazing. Like that I just can't express. Like when I tell you, you guys are my babies, I always want to pour into you guys so much because I feel like it's a direct reflection of me. And I'm a
Mm-hmm.
person, like I just really want to help you guys get there. And I'm so amazed by how well you've done. And just I love seeing it. I just love seeing it so much.
Yeah, it's definitely brought back a spark to real estate for me. And I haven't been in that long, but I just got kind of bogged down in being that I want to help more people. And I haven't been able to help as many people as I'd like to. And I helped a lot of people. Like for my first year, there were at least 6 to 8 people who were below a 600 credit score, who throughout the year moved their credit score up, working with me, doing different challenges, and were able to buy a home with me. So it's impactful, but I was like, no, like I want more. Like I didn't leave corporate to impact, this small group of people. Like God, like use me. I want to impact more in your program. Would not
Oh,
stop showing on my Instagram.
oh my God. It's amazing. I just can't. I just can't. So I guess overall, are you going back to your job? I know you talked about a job earlier.
I'm never going back to my job. And I know that I don't need to because there are ways to impact people. And if you search those ways out, your business can change. Like after we meet, I'm going to meet with my second pre-approved buyer that found me on social media. And we're about to go look at houses.
Let's go. Oh my God. Like Sabrina, you are killing it. I love it so much. I can't just express how much I get fulfillment from seeing you guys be successful. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. And it's really genuine. And I really appreciate how much you put into this program, because it's not, and I love that the first thing that you express is there's no gatekeeping. We're not doing that on our post. And there's so many other programs that are telling you, like, basically dangle the carrot and entice them, bring them in. And it's like, why? Why? That person who is looking at you and wants that information and doesn't want to work with you, like, you can't force them to work with you. But when you show who you are and you keep giving information, they're going to come to you naturally because they know, like, and trust who you are.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, Sabrina, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for doing this. I think what you said is really going to help a lot of other people that may be like, I don't know. And, really, like, I'm excited for you. That's all I can
Me
say.
too. I'm so excited. I look forward to Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like you don't believe. People are like, oh, can you show me this? I got to be home at that time. I can show you tomorrow.
Tell them that's right. That's right. Because for real,
Because
this is important.
this has been such a huge investment in myself by investing in you, because you've been pouring into me and I can see the growth, and everybody can see the growth. Like my family, the people who know me can see it, and they've mentioned it. And I'm like, yeah, I can't miss this. I can't. It's not worth missing out on.
That is amazing. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Sabrina.
You're welcome.